hey Lee, how do I stop becoming a dead sailor when jumping? So we should describe what a dead sailor is first.
When you jump and you're just fixed in the air and your limbs are just locked. Yeah. And your teeth are gritting. That's considered a dead sailor.
And we've all felt that because you feel like you're along for a ride in which you did not sign up for.
Yeah, you're a hunk of meat hurtling to an uncertain fate.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. It's a terrifying feeling, and you feel like my inevitable contact with the ground is going to be very unpleasant with this trajectory I'm following.
Right, like that.
I can't do anything about it.
That forward rotation is the process of being flung onto your face.
Yes.
And sometimes you get saved because there's a landing.
Yeah.
But sometimes you go too fast, you hit a bigger jump, and the landing, like if you're rotating at like a rate of X degrees per millisecond, it's just a matter of time. You just hopefully you land first. Okay, so how do you avoid the dead sailor?
Yep.
Picture the transition from, let's say it's just a simple jump, like where it's flat ground, 45-degree lip, maybe 8 feet out is a 30-degree landing. That would be like a good, like kind of aggressive but nice learning tabletop, let's say, right? When you transition from level to the lip, your bars are going to rotate back 45 degrees. Your bike's going to rotate 45 degrees. So just like imagine that. Like that's a lot of handlebar movement, right? And I promise you that you are not pulling. You're either following YouTube advice and pushing into the lip, which basically pushes your body back, therefore the back tire catches and you get flung forward, or you're just too static. And honestly, like a lot of you who are good trail riders will say, oh, I can hit like long, low trajectory jumps just fine, quote, DH jumps.
Yeah.
But dirt jumps scare the heck out of me. It's because a dirt jump, like a mellow, like a reasonable dirt jump is a 45-degree takeoff.
Yep.
A proper dirt jump is a 60 or 70-degree takeoff.
They look like a wall.
They look like, dude, yeah, I know, right? And time and space like could just constrict and make that thing look vertical.
Yeah.
So the big thing here is like your bike's going to change angle as you go through the lip. So you just have to pull the bars to you. Do the row. Like push, your feet will push into the lip. All of your body weight always should be in your feet. No body weight should ever be in your hands. There it is. So you're going to row through the lip. You can draw those hands back. If you draw the hands back, like imagine, right? Like there's a lever between your bottom bracket and your hands. For me, it's 78 centimeters long. And then there's a lever between the bottom bracket and your rear hub, which on my bike right now is 430. There's a leverage ratio there. Just to say it's 2-to-1, easy. When you row through a lip, by the way, this is how you bunny hop. You're pushing with your feet, so that could be 500 pounds. If you're Pete, it's 2,000 megatons. Yeah, his pop is ridiculous, right?
Yep.
It's a lot of deadlifting, right?
Yeah.
I need to do more now that I know.
There you go. So you're getting that pressure from your feet, but more importantly, you're levering through the frame, and that's levering the rear wheel into the ground. So that gives you takeoff. So, okay, back to this. You're coming into the lip, into the face of the jump. You row through the lip. So when the back tire leaves the ground, it's actually being like levered and flicked into the air. And this is important. Rather than freezing, you immediately go into an anti-row. And as soon as you get into the air, you bring your feet up and you push your hands away and then meet the landing. And so it's like the Ark of the Covenant, right? Like you arc through the lip, you arc through the air. As you pass through apogee, that's where you're going to throw your little whip, by the way, or your little like bar turn, right? Or take a tear off, right? Or adjust your clutch lever, and then you're going to nose the bike into the ground. So it's really simple the way we do this nowadays. It's like pumping, hopping, jumping, and cornering are all row anti-row.
Yep.
And that's the deal.
One of my favorite things that you taught me yesterday was the speed at which you take whatever it is you're accommodating, like whatever the wave, whether it's a rock or anything, your speed corresponds with the speed that you row and anti-row. And so that was a good switch that got flipped in my brain, where like watching John take those little doubles as fast as he possibly could, he just had to row faster and anti-row faster to
Way
accommodate
faster.
right?
Yeah.
But that means there's a the finesse of you hitting something has to do with your speed, and the correlation between the way you row and anti-row should be directly correlated to the speed you're taking something.
Right, like the terrain is scrolling below you.
Yeah.
Right. So your bike is going to make angle changes. It's going to do it. Right. So it would behoove you to be in phase with that.
And exactly. And I feel like people know what they're supposed to do, but their timing is wrong, or
these are fast movements, dude.
Super fast.
Like when Jonathan was hitting that jump, Jonathan was jumping a jump easy yesterday. So when you want to get air, you row all the way through the lip, and then you anti-row in the air. Jonathan, it was so easy. And like some of the rest of us were working on basic jumping. So Jonathan needed like an extra AP assignment. So I challenged him to quote, push through, which is a BMX-y thing. And when you push through, you row earlier. And as soon as the front tire tips its way over the lip, you anti-row and push the bike across. You do the same thing when you're going across a big rock or hopping a log. Same deal. And okay, so like, how long? Let's say that lip was 5.5 feet. Well, you were going fast. At 15 miles an hour, that 5.5 feet is a quarter second, but you weren't going 15.
Yeah, it's probably going 30 or over.
You're going 30, so that's a quarter second. And he needs to get that, like basically the second part of the row and the complete anti-row in that moment of time.
And that's like 30 inches of travel in your arms,
Right.
in a quarter of a second.
Right, and the more powerful you are and the faster you can punch, Bruce Lee style, like the faster you can ride safely. That's the deal, right?
Yep.
Do you have that on video?
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
do.
do. I can send it to him.
Well, put them on the forum.
Yeah.
And do you have it where he took it as an actual jump too?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put both those of Jonathan, because to me, that's a really interesting way to see that. Where one way is lots of air, and another way is it's like with the row where he goes across it, where there's like almost no air.
Yeah, my front tire stayed on the ground over the top.
And that's faster.
Yeah,
If you're racing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
Most of the
spending
time.
Yeah, most of the time, if you're spending time up in the air, it's probably going to be a bit slower than being lower.
But that's
Right.
like
Unless it's really rocky or something where
Exactly.
you want to be not on the ground.
probably for us, that's not motocross. That would be important, but for us, like
Yeah, we don't
People
think
don't
of it
need to
very
get-
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
most well, first of all, most listeners have been pushing through for years. They just don't know any different, right? You're sucking it up, right? Excuse me, sorry about that. I just lost it. But I'll say this: I found something different. Like traditionally, when you want to absorb a jump, and Jonathan was doing this first, you just push down really hard before the jump, and then as you go up the jump, like you basically unweight, pull your feet towards you.
Yep.
It's a very up and down thing, and if it's a small enough jump, you can do that. But once the jump gets taller than your legs are long, right, or your effective range of motion, it needs to be that row anti-row. Otherwise, you'll get bucked. And a lot of you guys, especially like for a water bar, let's say you're going really fast and you try to absorb a water bar, but the back tire kicks. You really like at that level of speed and aggression, you need it to be a row anti-row.
If you like that video, subscribe to our channel and give it a like and even a comment down below.
If you want to check out more race analysis videos, click on me.
if you want your coaching questions answered, click on me.
And if you want to become a faster cyclist, head over to TrainerRoad.com.